Welcome back. Here we are, quarterfinals at Windmill from Amsterdam. I'm Stef Pazzo here with Christina Obermeyer from ULTI.TV. Christina, how you doing this afternoon?
I'm doing great. I'm looking forward to this game. It's going to be a banger.
Quarterfinal, we've got Condors and Team France set to do battle here, and they both had some interesting paths to get here through the algorithm. And it is on, Christina. I mean, the expectations are high. It is going to be a clash of styles here. I'm really looking to see. This is my first look at the French national team. They've got a lot of talent there. Let's see how they put it in.
Yeah, we know they have pulled from the youth scene and combined them with their already experienced adults.
Yeah, a very youthful-looking French team. Petito goes to Chris Red. Red throws into a layout and a turnover right away. Smith credited with the layout D, the 44 shirt. Bacon breaks around, and a break that quick and easy for Zetch and the Condors. One throw offense for France before the turn, one throw conversion.
Well, I hope that was a bit of a wake-up call for the French side. You can't take that team lightly, laying out all over the place. This is what I expected this game to be, and this is what all of us are getting here. That Condors team, of course, a mixture of European players and Florida Condor players.
California, other coast.
Sorry.
Santa Barbara.
Never mind.
But yes, they were here in 2019. Couple returning players that were part of that tour. Couple add-ons. The Brooklackers jump off the roster sheet. Of course, the best player in the Netherlands, Christina.
Jan won the vote. Of course. Who else?
And this one looking very, I mean, it's still like, I want to say a very tasty looking thing, but I can't believe the French turned over like that. They need to respond here with something after the first offense.
A new line out for the French.
New line, French running 3 even strength lines, no O-line, D-line.
I love that.
Giffard comes under. And there's the inbounder to line. Cheré to Arthur. Cheré again, far sideline. Wide around, Ben Vegien. And Prior Martin goes to Page. Page opens up to Giffard. Fakes the backhand, turns back to center, then jabs one in to the 39 shirt. That's Chevalier. Back to Clément Giffard. And now Rachid, and they do put one in. It took a little bit longer. Leo Cheré with the goal, and France is on the board.
It did take a little bit, but it was also that the fact that they had no pressure on the marks, really. I thought that they could break or could get some continuations as easy as they get in that high-level open division. Also, going up the line, moving towards that far side of the field, and then moving all the way to the other side with basically no pressure on. So I'm wondering if Condors took the gas off after the first break, just run with it now. Maybe they're satisfied with getting one break and then playing out the rest.
Yeah, we can just trade now. We got what we needed. We got what we came for. So pressure immediately switched on to the French side. Right from the start of this game, they are one break in the bank against them. They put their defense back out on the field. chase down a pull.
Is that the third line?
Third line, 3 lines, these French. Matt Miller takes the pull and then puts it into play. There's the 38 shirt. Mascalunas sends it deep. Is there enough room? Not quite. And it goes just past Osborne.
And just out the back. Zippy throw, just a little bit too much on there, and we'll see what the French can do with that break opportunity.
First break opportunity for the French. So the one that got away from them early, they get a chance back on the second point. Third point of the game, rather. And it will be slowly brought back into play. Sullivan Roblet walking it to the line. Roblet. He pops one over to Roger. That's Axel Roger. Pair of brothers on this squad. Roger again finds Bonnet. And Roger winds up. He's got Stangenik, and Stangenik keeps the corner, not in for goal yet. Isolate, popped in, and there's the goal to Abitia, and the French break back immediately.
That was a beautiful shot out of Axel Roger. Zipped that and knows exactly the kind of speed that he has on his team. And then just pops it in quickly for the score. I'm wondering, pretty sure you know that, are those lines any way connected to the different club teams represented on the French national team?
I didn't ask that question. I'll have to look. I mean, he did tell me that the breakup of the team is primarily Chak and Isno. Then after that, you know, there's 2 or 3 other clubs represented. I know RFO's got a couple. I know Angers got at least one. There's a handful of other clubs with a player or 2, even one from Clapas down in the south. So good representation, but 2 clubs. So we'll see. I mean, if I look out there now, I see Luca Bouchon and Chris Red and Pilou that were all Isno players together. I see Roger with no other Czech fellas. And then the rest playing with independent clubs, Strasbourg, RFO. And I believe that is the player who plays with Clapas is Rudy.
Yeah, so I heard from our insider informant in the back that there is no specific
and that one falls out and will be walked to the brick mark.
Specific division. Charlotte Terrasson, of course, having some more information for reasons.
Matt Miller points to the brick mark, the elephant spray painted onto the fields. And the disc is into play. Brucklacker with Bouchon all over him, jumping around. Matt Miller. Miller cuts inside. Milardovich back to Brucklacker.
Loving that Bouchon-Brucklacher matchup.
That one shot, Mossink lets it get away. And another chance to break now for the French. Roger gets Bouchon underneath even with the bid. And Bouchon fakes and gets the under from Petitot. Petitot finds Combray. And then to Mate, the very crafty youngster from RFO.
Yeah, I've heard quite a lot of him. I don't know if I've ever actively watched him play.
I still like calling him Sideshow Bob here and there.
Yeah, that works.
Some of the best hair, some of the best hair in Ultimate. So Roger with the disc in his hand as they discuss, of course, a World Games member, ambidextrous thrower, and he comes across and gets Rudy. Back to Roger. He gets Mate underneath. And Bouchon goes down and keeps that one up, and they're going to talk about it. We might get an angle here. Oh, it's slightly blocked by the player. Maybe we can see one more time. So they kept it up. They've decided on the field already. Bouchon goes to, oh, and there's the turn. Now going the other way, Matt Miller goes to the 29, shirt of Zetch. Zetch up and around, keeps his toes, does Brucklocker. Brucklocker jacks it the other way. And that one does count for a goal into the hands of the number 1 shirt for the Condors.
Nice shot there from Brucklocker. It looked a little zippy when it came out of his hands, but managed to just stay up there and float for enough time to get that receiver underneath and stay in bounds as well. Let's see a replay of it.
And it's Redlauer with the goal for the Condors, the number 4 shirt. So that counts as a hold. French had a chance to break, but it's a hold.
Would have been great momentum for them to go up a break after starting on low energy.
But break and then break back. We're on serve. And the French line out there. And Bastien Chevalier goes up and gets Benvenien. He winds up and Giffard comes under. A high fake and then a continuation to Lièvre. Oh, there's a hand on it, but a bailout catch by Benvenien. Now the 20 shirt. Arthur goes to Giffard. Giffard inside to Page. Page drops back. And right inside to Benvenien. And there's the continuation to Lièvre for the goal for the French.
There's nice flow on that French side. It seems like they're not really looking end zone. They're just looking to work the disc and move it quickly, and they're doing that really well. Condors did a lot of switching downfield to try and prevent it, but they couldn't quite put enough pressure on. That hand block we saw was the only opportunity that I was aware of that there was any pressure on that French team. Other than that, they just sliced right through the defense.
Yeah, it's starting to heat up after a slow start, a early error. But now they're putting it back together.
And the pull is up for the French defense. Condors on offense, looking for their first pass. Gaining yards, Brucklocker.
And jacked it, but Stangenik, the standout from Angers, gets in front of that one, and Roble starts the other way. Bonnet, we saw him bounding everywhere on the beach. And now Roble again. Bonnet gets the up line to Ulysse. Ruyard, he continues it and gets it back. Ruyard sends it. Abitia's there. He wins the race. And the French are on the board again.
That was a perfectly timed cup from the other side of the field. All those switches that Condors orchestrated didn't work out too well with the receiver there. He started from our near side, and nothing really they can do but run after them, after the disc.
Timeout called by the Condors. They're going to stop and have a chat about that one. We're going to take a break to French break to make the score 4-2. Condors with beers on the field. Could that be the difference in the scoreline in the quarterfinal? But there's lots of time left to play.
I think they're starting with the beer now, so it might make a difference.
That will be the performance enhancer.
Oh, yeah.
So Condors take the timeout after the break. French, yeah, so they've got 3 8-player lines that they rotate, generally speaking. So those 8 players, of course, have their own internal rotation for the sub. And then they call some power lines here and there. So I guess their power lines would be their O&D specialty, but they only run them in situationally, not for the exact situation of pull or receive. So Leggio and the Condors looking at this French defense now. And there's a turn by the Condors, and the French are pouring it on right now. Roger slowly walks to the disc.
Yeah, that throw a bit low and an opportunity in the red zone for the French.
Roger isolates Petitot and then to Rudy far side. Petitot goes backwards to Rudy. Give and go between the two and then around to Roger. Roger shoots for goal. Not quite in, but the next one is. Mate feeds red for the goal.
France really using every single of those opportunities they're getting. Very well done. They have held every single one of those break opportunities cleanly, have not given the disc back. And this really looks like a semi-final team to me, and someone like a team that is preparing to go to a European Championship and preparing to succeed at it.
Yeah, of course, that's the big preparation for the French, but what better way to be prepared than getting as deep as you can in a tournament? Winning a tournament in preparation does a lot for your preparation. And right now they're looking like that's a bit more on schedule for them than Condors at the moment.
Talking about schedule, I'm going to just quickly tell you about the other games happening in the men's division quarterfinals. Clapham playing Gentle. Clapham are currently up 5-2. Mooncatchers are playing Switzerland and are up 5-2 as well. Austria playing the Czech Republic, and they are down 2-4.
There we have it, all wrapped up in the division. Matt Miller receives the pull. He goes to Bacon and back to Miller. Now he gets a gainer. Clark cuts inside. Tracy gets the under. Osborne. Back to Clark. Into the goal line, and that one popped in. It's the 11 shirt, Milardovic with the goal. And Condors respond.
They do with a clean hold, but a very much needed one. They did very well to switch field position and isolate plays this time around. Just I like that they're playing a very similar style to the French, which makes our matchup even more interesting, as it's always hardest to play someone with a similar style because you would, have similar defense and similar offensive ideals.
Depends. Sometimes you get used to that from your own training matches. So but yes, then the chess game just becomes more intense when you play similar styles. You got to show more variance, or just play one style better than the other guys. We do this better than you.
You've been assisted.
So Condors still trailing by 2. Looking for a break here. Definitely.
French get going. Mikote kicked it off. Then the upliner to Roger. He shoots. Stangenik there all alone. And the French with a 4-throw score that was very silky smooth.
He shoots, he scores. Getting that disc in the middle, putting it toward the sides and up the line with all the speed. Does Roger. I hope I'm not saying anything that I'm not supposed to, but probably the lesser known of the 2 Roger brothers, but really making a name for himself in this game. Showing his throwing prowess. Beautifully put, just right where it belongs.
Stangenik showing the disc to the camera in celebratory fashion.
Floaty pull will pin Condors in the back of their own end zone.
Let's see what they do, what kind of defense they're looking at. Miller flips over top. And now they've gone deep. It's Clark underneath, and he gets big and takes it. Now sends to Bacon on the doorstep. Right back over to Clark, and the Condors respond now.
That was just those 2 players, Bacon and Clark, doing it all for the Condors. Great grab over Red. I actually thought he had the better position, but maybe wasn't quite aware that the disc was coming as quickly as it really was.
There's another look at it. Clark cashing in. 4-6. We got a game on our hands.
Yeah, we do. Quarterfinal, didn't expect anything else. We'll see if the French will be able to stay as clean as they have been, or if the Condors can get the better of them at some point.
Thanks again to all you back home watching, joining in. Coming to the fields at Windmill here, and if you don't, if the teams you're keen to watch aren't on our stream field, you can go ahead and check the drone cam, the best perspective Eurodisc that ULTI.TV flies around. And it's basically on demand. If you engage, you'll get to see who you want.
Yeah, if you ask nicely, we'll fly over to the field.
Cheré and the French from their own end. Chevalier winds up and puts that one away. Chevalier again takes a bump on the mark, then goes to Giffard with his Viking haircut. Cheré up to Giffard, and he shoots. Page is not gonna be able to get there. Shot had too much on it.
You called that early. I mean, you know those French players really well. I'm aware, but
yeah. I mean, I called what the shot.
yeah.
Oh, I guess I can tell when Clem's gonna wind up for one.
course, both of them on ISNO, and for people who might not be aware, Stef coached ISNO last year.
That is true. There's at least 5 on this team that were on that squad, maybe more. I think I'll do another count after the point, but Condors, up line, get away with it. Bounce it off the sideline and get another one. That is Redlauer.
Pick call was stop the play, but nothing really happened yet, so disc will stay there.
Radlauer has a look, engages the dump and puts it backwards. Mitra sends up a floater and there's like 8 people under it.
Everyone wanted to get that disc and nobody did.
Bounces away and Benvenien picks up. He goes underneath to Giffard. Now Benvenien. Lièvre. Prior Martin with a nice looking new haircut under that visor.
Signature visor for him.
Chevalier goes to Giffard. Chevalier. Benvenien. And an aggressive bid, but the throw was put away. Cheré. Searching end zone here, Benvenien. Oh, leads Cheré, not quite in. French have been very patient and they get away with it to Page. The number 5 shirt with the goal.
You called it already. They were really patient and looked for the open option. Weren't flustered by the bump on the mark or the push and shove to get that under. And working through that kind of defense and coming out victoriously will really help them get through that game towards the semifinal, where probably Clapham or Moon Catches are waiting for them.
I don't know what the bracket looks like now on who's on which side, but you got to imagine Moon and Clapham are going to get out of theirs, and yes, I'm not sure if France will have the pleasure of playing Clapham or Moon if they get through this. 7-4. There's time left to play. Condors, storied club from Santa Barbara, featured in the final here at Windmill only 4 years ago.
Yep. They played Clapham, I believe.
Yeah, and lost in a very tight game. I think it was by 2, not quite universe. And there's a trip up there. Bonnet says, yes, I fouled you, no contest. It's probably going to go back to the throw, or will it go to the spot of the potential reception, or just the spot of the foul as though it was a reception?
Anyway, they're fine with it. That's the beauty of Ultimate.
Osborne. He takes an under. And now, oh, just collected by Clark, keeps his toes.
Wow.
Now the shot up line, Brucklocker under. He cashes it in, and they hang on to possession and then make it count right thereafter.
What a grab by Clark there. Doesn't make the clap catch and then catches it with one hand while staying inbounds and tiptoeing the line.
Doing it all.
In one play. And then getting the assist as well. There you go, see that replay? Not bad. So Condors have finally found their rhythm. Trailing by 2, but still in contention. We'll see if they can stop France from taking half 8-5.
So I was wrong. I just did my count again. There's 7 members of the French team that were part of ISNO 2022. It's a big chunk of this 24-player team. Almost a third. Not quite. But
It's one
yeah,
whole line.
yeah, a big is no impression out there. Petito handles the pole and goes to Mate. Bouchon and Roger. Now Petito. Monuz gets a touch, leads it to Bouchon. And there's a travel called 2 throws ago, I believe.
Way back there.
3-4 throws ago.
So figure out where everyone was and go back there, guess. No, I'm kidding, of course, but that disc will go all the way back and everyone else will have to go back as well. Stopping the French flow by calling them out on the travels they're committing. Is that the new tactics, do you reckon?
I have my doubts. You never know, though. Here come the French. Petito and Roger kick things off. Mate joins them in the backfield, and Bouchon, with a mistake, drops a sitter in his own end. Short field and a chance to break for the Condors. Bacon goes up and over. There's the break. And Condors extend the half. 6-7. Things are getting tight.
Oh yeah, they are. This is a business end of this first half, and that's the time to break and get back on serve. And those quick errors, not something that happens often, so gotta take the gifts you're getting and convert them.
Make them count.
Yep. So 6-7, another break for Condors, and we're at Galaxy Point. I haven't actually had a Galaxy Point yet this whole tournament.
I think I've had one.
It's time. It's time to go get it. If you like that.
There's a pull. Chevalier settles under and goes to Benvignen. Benvignen again. And again. He goes backwards and almost off target, but gets it to Arthur.
Yeah, Condors with their zone, making them rethink instruction, positioning here.
It's a good moment for the zone. The French were getting just settled enough playing against Match D. As Giffard goes through to Prieur-Martin. And Chevalier. Disc approaching the midfield mark. Out there, backwards and around, a couple more throws. Benvignen looking for something in the middle, but goes backwards to Prieur-Martin before he sees Chevalier, and a nice leading throw there by Toucheret. Benvignen. Sébastien Page. He looks to the up line and gets one to Giffard. That is the halftime taker, 8-6 after giving Condors a chance to take Galaxy Point.
They had the chance and lost it. Great work from the French. Well-deserved lead and a well-deserved break for both teams.
Yep, it's halftime. They're going to take a break. We're going to take a break too. We'll be back with second half action. Don't you go anywhere. And we're back. Second half action and dropped as soon as we are. That was the first possession for Condors. Got about 5 passes into midfield before that turn. Robles goes to Axel Roger. Now Bonnet. Abitia and Bonnet. Bonnet goes around to Roger. Zips one in the middle. Bonnet leading pass to Ruyard. And the French break to start over the second half.
A big layout to try and prevent that front cone score to happen, but comes up empty, and that score in favor of the French works out for them as they lead 9-6 and break.
French getting stronger as they go this tournament. They had a beating at the hands of Clapham yesterday. They had a tight loss to Austria yesterday. This morning they rebounded, happier with their performance. They put Ireland away with a handy margin of victory. And they're, so far in this game, looking like that improvement is continuing.
Yeah, they definitely are. Not a lot of mistakes I've seen from the French, and I'm really impressed with the way they act around the pressure that Condors are definitely putting on them. And I do think with having a team with US American players on them, the pressure and the physicality of it gets a little more than what we're used to seeing in Europe, and they're handling it very, very well.
Milardovic goes around to Leggio. Then and under. Mascalunas is calling for a straddle.
All right, we'll take it, I guess.
Contested foul. Yeah, coming in at 4, so it must have been. Dump immediately engaged. The fake big, Leggio. Leggio goes forward. Defense is there, but not able to get a hand on the disc. And another one through to Leggio. Condors handling unit looking well together. Brucklacker drags a toe. In called, not in goal, but in bounds.
Prefer that anytime, probably. Loads of switching from the French defense.
Brucklacker with the disc. Very short field. High stall count now with the mark jumping way back, but the chisel cut goes in, and that's Leggio who puts one on the board for the Condors.
That was such a small window for Brucklacher to put it in, and he puts it exactly where it belongs. Start count mounting, and good defense in the deep space and like in the end zone. Not really any options. Has to go with the reset. And instead of going wide and giving the defender a chance, he just puts it up over the top, and Roger takes one step back instead of directly following it, which opens up the exact angle you need to put that throw through into the end zone. Let's be annoying. That's a good call.
Let's be annoying. Let's be pesty. Let's be little pests. Let's do the little things that get them out of this smooth rhythm that they're in.
Let's have them not enjoy playing us.
Some of that kind of mentality from the Condors right now. Prior Martin fields the pull. Benvenien to Chevalier. Under to Giffard. Prior Martin. And Prior Martin gets Benvenien. Chevalier. Inside to Charret. Arthur leads and does get Levier. And Le Lièvre throws the assist there. Not sure who yet. It's into the hands of Arthur.
Impressive stuff from the French. Good defense and taking away the little things and those first cuts. But no pressure, no stress for the French side to take the second option, the slightly more dangerous throws, the ones that'll make you a hero, the inside flick crossing over to the other side of the field.
Great shot there.
And then the lefty backhand for the score.
10-7 for the French. Time, get about 30 minutes to go, just less.
I'd really like to see that zone come out of Condors again, because I don't think they're really doing a great job at containing when playing matchup defense. Like they're running with them, but they're rather playing shadow defense than than actually pressuring mistakes. That zoned pretty well.
The pull. Brucklacker handles and goes straight to Leggio. Defense shows a little bit of a junk look here. Leggio. Tracy up lines. Milardovic. And there's a little bit of a retraction now, a travel call to throw earlier.
Quite a long discussion for travel.
Back into play. Little hand clap there. We look ready to go. Ooh, and the under immediately taken away by the French. Nemo on that. Ruyard. And Roblet takes the timeout.
And as both of these teams are taking a breather and drawing something up to score, we'll also take a timeout and be back with you in a few minutes.
Those who do not know their history can never relive it. The skies, the dives, the sideline smiles. Our past is held in photo albums, drinking stories. The present is a gift. And here at ULTI.TV, we want to make sure we always appreciate it, capturing the immortal moments of Ultimate from around the world and making sure everyone can enjoy them for free, forever. Because the future belongs to all of us.
Back with more action, as if we would ever stop giving you the action back at home. It's our civic duty to bring primetime Ultimate from the European fields to your eyeballs. Eyeballs and ear holes, taking it all in from ULTI.TV. We love having you as our viewers. Please hit that like button. please hit the subscribe button. Join the community. Be part of it. And if you could be so kind, go to ULTI.TV, the website, and hit the Patreon button and fill out a little bit of information, including your bank details, and give us some of that money so that we can do more. But become a patron and help this wonderful cause of ULTI.TV. French. Abitia. Mikote. Gets Abitia again. Quick release from Abitia. Power position established. Stangetic. Can he get there? Running out of room, and a flag was approaching too. I think the layout might have put him into the flag if he even tried.
Well, that flag is very flexible.
Yeah.
Very stable.
It's worthy of hitting in a layout, but I think just too far in front as well.
Yeah, he didn't really put his body forward enough for a layout to even be possible. I think he decided rather early on that he wouldn't lay it out, really.
Yeah, it would have had to be a lot higher of a disc for a layout to get there. He would have had to dive downwards way too quickly.
Yes.
So, French called the timeout after they got the disc back and have given it straight back now. And the Condors march the other way. Leggio. Brucklacker breaks open, gets the 38 shirt. Milardovic goes under. Brucklacker. Brucklacker breaks it open all alone is Milardovic. He dumps back right away. It's a 13 shirt. Leggio with the disc and pops one, still not in on that goal line. Looking for anything forward right now. And they do come up with the goal. It's the 38 shirt with the assist. That is Mascalunas. And Condors back on the board. 8-10. Keeping things interesting. Quarterfinals.
Mascalunas with the roll. And then punching it in quickly for Condors. That is a hold for them, as you said. Not without an opportunity for the French. Maybe the first opportunity the French gave up. When they had the opportunity to get that break, they have only once before not converted it on that first attempt.
Efficiency then.
Rather high.
Rather high. Welcome to Amsterdam.
The business end of the tournament has officially started.
Certainly has. Late days quarterfinal, 23 minutes still to be ticked off of this clock until the ultra loud volume end game jingle comes on.
Am I hallucinating, or is this louder than yesterday?
Oh, it's like my ear holes are just being blasted every time a game ends around here. Chris Red goes to Canton Roger, who has a little dance after the catch, but does establish some footing with eventuality. Rudy. Bravo goes up line to Mate. Mate takes Rudy, and it's Pilou. Combray for the goal to Roger. 11-8. French stay ahead by another.
Roger with the fancy footwork to stay in that end zone, making sure he doesn't have to throw another disc. Beautiful flow offense from the French. They really, that O-line just looks so good. They're doing very well and have found their rhythm. So as we already said, it's about 20 minutes left on the game clock. And all the other games that determine who's going to be in the semifinals. So the quarterfinals are finishing up as well. Clapham are up 12-7 on Gentle. Mooncatch is 12-7 on Switzerland. They're in this habit of always having the same scorelines, which I find is very interesting. So Mooncatch and Clapham dominating in same fashion. Then we have Austria trailing 5-13 to the Czech Republic, the open team, and then this rather tight score of 11-8. Rather tight compared to the other ones. Of course, that is 11-8 France over Condors.
And that's the one we're watching. Oh, and they tried to put a fake away, and Ben Clark dropped it. And Chevalier will get a chance to break against.
They'll have to think of some kind of punishment for that.
Chevalier, Mac Miller bidding in front. Prior Martin goes to Rudy. Cheré, Prior Martin. He goes up line and gets a play out of Arthur because there was a lot of defense in front of that throw while it was airborne. Now Chevalier, and he takes another timeout. Bastien Chevalier and the French will think about it once again. We're going to take a break too. Don't you go anywhere.
Always on the move? You can keep up to date with ULTI.TV on all of our social media channels. Like, follow, subscribe, share us with a friend, or send us a message just to say hey. Thank you for supporting us in our mission to grow Ultimate everywhere.
So back in here, 11-8 French with the disc after the timeout. French set a deep set vertical stack. Bastien Chevalier with the disc. Cheré in the flank space. It's Page who initiates, and then he locks onto his dump. Cheré. And Prior Martin gets out of the way. 4 upfield. Now to Arthur. He goes wide side. Page is there. And the French take another 12-8. They're looking strong towards the end of this game.
They really are. That flick blade just in the perfect spot for Page to run under it. So 4 points ahead of Condors.
French looking sharp. I would love for the bracket to dictate that they would get another crack at Clapham after being beat handily by them. They know they got better in the second half after giving up a very big lead. And yeah, it'd be nice for them to have another chance. At the same time, it'd be nice for them to play a new opponent as well. So any which way this slices up, it's going to be good.
They'll have to win from here on out. This weekend started with Swiss draw, as all of you know, and where, you know, winning is important, but not as important as being as good as possible in every single point, getting as many points as you can. And now that's over. Like, losing by just a few points, that's not the deal anymore. You have to win and be better than your opponent.
Yeah, Swiss draw, the algorithm, the ununderstandable. Finished. Brackets now dictate the movement. Miller with the disc. Him and Bacon back and forth, and now Osborne. Back to Bacon. Slots one in the middle to Miller. Gets an under from the 11 shirt. That is Milardovic. And there is a discussion of where, maybe a travel call.
Another one.
Roger explains his case. Matt Miller does another impersonation of the alleged travel.
To be quite honest with you, these players are so fast. Couldn't even tell if it was 3 steps or more or less.
Yeah, it's a tough travel call. I mean, I didn't see that. I didn't watch it back either, but it didn't strike me as a travel from the first time of watching. Miller to Bacon. Miller putting on a work right now, and great up there by Milardovic. Now Brucklacker under. Brucklacker throws up the OI rainbow, and it's Van de Woude getting his first touch of the game, possibly, and it counts for a goal. 9-12. Condors claw back a little bit.
Great grab under pressure from Van de Woude. Yeah, he's been a bit quiet. Maybe letting the other people get some space on that Condors team.
Yeah, there's a lot of guys who traveled across the Atlantic to play this tournament. Surely some priority for them to play, and you know, fitting in everything. Having a team like this, it's kind of pick-up-y nature. It is Condors, of course, Condors and Friends, as their shirt says, and there's that integration process of the Friends part. So easier said than done sometimes, but yeah, maybe the integration a little tougher for Van de Woude to get into the stat sheet over the course of this game. But surely he has added to this Condors team.
Absolutely. He's been on defense mostly. Shutting down people. That's why we didn't see him, pretty sure. Stroking the dog on the sideline. Our Condors here. Getting a bit of color. Are you there? Is that dog? Because he's lying in the sun.
Yeah, dog's life. Condors set to pull. Radlauer sends it the other way. And Mate leads Rudy just enough. Red to Roger. Roger zips it. Combray is there. Well read by Combray. The box out and the over-the-shoulder grab. Pilou looking good for the goal.
I love that drop of that goal. Red with that initiation cut, and Roger was just standing there. He didn't move a bit. He was just standing, getting that disc, turning around, putting it into the end zone as easy as it goes, and that's a perfect put.
Yep, French 2 away from victory. 12 minutes, 20 seconds remain. The Condors would need to put on a miraculous run.
Indeed. 2 of the 4 quarterfinals have already finished. Mooncatchers won 15-8 over Switzerland Open. Austria lost, so Czech Republic won 15-6 over Austria. Clapham currently up 14-8 on Gento. So some of those quarterfinals, or most of them actually, very one-sided.
Not this one. Bit of battle.
Oh yeah.
Leggio.
Pick the right one.
And Leggio shoots deep. Van de Woude there. Van de Woude takes it big. Now he's getting involved. Looking to isolate. He's on the goal line. He goes backwards. It's Milardovic. Milardovic shoots for goal. Leggio there, despite the layout on the back. Condors put another one on. It's 9 to 13, 10 now to 13.
Van der Woude is showing why, in my personal opinion, he is the best player in the Netherlands. I know most people do agree. Some have other players in mind, but look at that grab. We'll see it in a second. No, he won't.
That's the finish.
Never mind. You can go and watch it back. I will. I'm sure about that. So he might have heard us calling him out on not putting his imprint on that game and the business end of it.
He felt it.
He did, yeah.
Great stats distribution on the French team. A lot of people getting onto the stat sheet. Nobody really dominating it. Stef Pazzo having a good game with 2 goals and an assist. Roger with 1 and 1. Benvenien with 1 and 1. Stangenek with 1 and 1. Leo Cherret with 2 goals and an assist. Yeah, good whole team distribution.
When a team has the power of the French side, like it can be a national team of only evenly distributed strength over the course of 3 different lines, you can expect them to use everything they have, and they're doing that very well.
Robles goes under and takes Bonnet, who shone on the beach last week in Royan. Now Robles, Bonnet to Robles, Rouillard far sideline. And now Robles, the French sideline to sideline, didn't chunk up too many meters, but have been looking smooth again as Roger wound up and then goes the other way. Nice blind backhand out to Robles. The under to Stangenek, and now gets again Robles. French offense continues to look good, and then Rouillard puts it out too far.
Every other pass for Robles, the one pass where they would break that pattern, goes to ground.
And the timeout now called for the Condors. They're going to try and make the most of this opportunity. We're going to make the most of it too and take a short break and be back with you in no time. So a very short break there. Having a look at our beautiful faces now. Happy to have Christina and our wonderful stats man, Holtnitsky, Helios Holtnitsky in the booth. He was playing in Royan, and we're all just bringing you the action here from Amsterdam, from Windmill. Quarterfinals, 13-10 French, ready to punch their ticket through. But Condors could just make that a little more difficult for them. They got a turn there. They're going to come the other way here. If they can put one on, 13-11. They got to find ways to just keep taking it away from the French because, okay, despite the last throw there by Rouillard, the French when it gets going, it's been quite smooth over the course of this game.
Yeah, all the mistakes they have made so far were individual errors and maybe overshooting or miscommunicating a little bit, and there weren't many, I gotta tell you. Of course you know since you've watched all game. If you haven't, well, then you know now.
If you know, you know.
Oh yeah.
Here they come. Disc is in. Condors in their own end. Milardovic goes wide and around. DeVisser gets the under. And a step in front there, thrown into traffic, turned over and back to the French.
Yeah, that just bad positioning from the handler, making a poach possible.
Roger fakes to go around, looks back now, the backhand side, and Bonnet peels away from the stack, and the French are one away from a semifinals appearance.
That was perfect movement from the French. Good continuation towards that side, and everyone already celebrating earlier than the person actually caught this, because it was so obvious that that would just work out.
Well, Condors with their backs well and truly pushed up against the wall now. They can concede no more goals. The French, not quite a pure game point right now, but if they do generate a turnover in a game point situation,
It's their first opportunity to close out that game. They have been rather good with breaks so far, so not lately though. Just 1, 2 this second half, 3 this in the first half, whereas Condors gotten 2 overall. Shout out to our stats keeper, giving you and us all of that information.
love it. Condors, can they extend this game? Leggio. Defense is tight. Oh, and that one too low for Van de Woude. And it goes to turf, and the French with a chance to win this game. Mate sure-handedly takes it. Now Combray. He goes back to Mate. And into the dump space, gets it again. Now Mate. He gets Monus coming all the way around. Mate. Good distribution now by the French. A little bit of separation after a poach. Monus looks to shoot and goes around again. Patient right now, the French. Monus goes to Combray. Combray breaks inside. Bouchon is under, but Crash there in a better spot. And the French take the win. They're going to the semifinals and celebrating in France.
That was such beautiful offense to end this game. It felt energetic, but still calm in a way. And a very, very deserved semi-final appearance for the French here.
Wonderful game. The assist there. Pilou Combray throws to Quentin Roger to end the game. 15-10, a performance of improvement continues for the French. We'll see them in the semis. We're going to get out of here because we know we've got more action to prepare for. On behalf of Christine Obermeyer, I've been Stef Pazzo. Thanks for joining us. We'll catch you at the next one.
I can hear a word you say, 'cause I don't care about your game. I just wanted you to see me. Thought that you should know I'm already sold, so never let me go. You had a
Thanks.
Merci beaucoup.
Yeah, ultimate.
ULTI.TV.